Hi, this video will show step-by-step transformation of old balcony. The balcony has been covered with rubber tiles that went on top of some stone shingle and asphalt, or asphalt as in some areas would say. So first we removed all them tiles and asphalt, and then proceeded with repairs of any rotten or damaged wood. Once that is done, we have set in wooden blocks in a positions where our stainless steel railing is going to come. Once the deck has been repaired, we overboard the existing deck with OSB type 3 board, trimmed out and laid 600 gram matting, chopped strand mat for fiberglass, and applied first coat or base coat of resin. Now you can see here I'm fixing one of the blocks, leveling blocks for handrail, so our handrail stays nice and level, because there is a fall on the balcony, falling from the house towards the edge, towards the gutter, and to accommodate same height we had to level individual blocks all the way around, so when we come to fit railings we're gonna have an easier job. And also that will actually minimize amount of water during rain that will run onto the legs of the railing. This is now just a clip showing how we apply clear resin onto the matting. So first apply resin to the backing, and then put a matting on, and then soak that matting with more resin, and just with a brush, because this is a small intrigued piece, we use a brush. On the larger pieces we use rollers, and yeah, just work it in, and you can see that the matting is getting wet and becomes see-through and becomes more pliable, and all you have to do is just work it in nicely to get all the air bubbles out, consolidate it nicely, and so it sticks to the background. Before we actually started applying more matting and resin onto these pads, to these blocks, we have sanded it all down around these areas, so we have a good bond between first and second coat there on them localized areas. The base coat has been done previous day, so this is now following day, midsummer, really nice and hot, dry. It's very important to have a dry days when you do fiberglassing, because it does not like wet at all. And you can see now clearly how that matting became very see-through, very translucent. You can see that OSB through it, and over there you can see that matting is actually quite thick white matting. Once that is been repeated on all these pads, we have sanded them down, and now proceed to final dusting off and cleaning of entire roof or balcony to get it ready for top coat, for the gel coat. It is important that you keep everything clean. You can see how dust is flying off, and when you do sanding, I would suggest some heavier grade, around maybe 40 or 60 sandpaper on the angle grinder, and definitely you have to use PP3 face mask, at least PP3, because fiberglass dust is very bad for your lungs. It's probably as bad as asbestos or anything else that can be like that. It is fibrous dust, not good. Now this is application of gel coat for any corners, intrigued pieces, edges, upstands underneath, the lead flashing, and so on. I use brush, and once I do one section with a brush, then I pour out more gel coat on the middle section of the balcony or deck, and then spread the rest of it with a roller. Usage of clear resin, if you wetting 600 gram per square meter matting, it will be around 2 kilograms of resin per square meter. And application rate for gel coat would be about 600 to 700 grams of gel coat per square meter. And then, as you can see, after I pulled the little strip, just use a roller and just work it in. You don't want to get it too thin. You want to have a nice coverage, but also you have to avoid getting it too thick, because too thick resin without any reinforcement within, it will crack up and it will blister and peel off, and that's the last thing you want to happen on any deck that you're trying to cover, either roof or balcony or whatever you're actually doing, whatever your project is. So it's very important to keep that rate of 600 grams per square meter. You can measure up and divide your deck into the smaller sections, and then as a guide, then you know, are you on a good track or not. So if you say 10 square meters of deck, you need to have about 6 kilograms of gel coat. So if you're covering around 10 square meters with 6 kilograms of gel coat, that means that you're on a good track there. And it is quite important to work that in really well, because sometimes if you go too fast over it, too quick, and don't work it in, you may have some weak spots, and also you might some perforations can form within the gel coat that will cause water to penetrate easier below the gel coat and cause some blistering or maybe osmosis or anything else that can be bad for fiberglass. And this is now showing entire balcony, both sides from the center. The whole thing's been covered and done. And you can see on the right hand side there, we have utilized some of the UPVC glazed panels from old railings. Customer asked us if we can build some kind of windbreak for the patio area, and actually that was their design and it works well.